Welcome, man. Welcome, welcome. My name is Thomas Anderson, man, but you call me DJ Flex Radio because that's what I do. I DJ, I do my thing. So I call it the journey because I feel like us as human beings, we're on the journey trying to find ourselves. Regardless of what we going, what we doing, we trying to find the truth about life, ourselves, and so you have a choice. You know, everything's about choice. But that's why I named it the journey because you on your own journey. Like, can't nobody live your life with you. So that's why I really named it. But let's just jump into it, man. Let's jump into it. Let's jump into it, man. My first subject I really wanted to talk about was like influencing, like the influencing of what's going on. Um, just bear with me because this is my first one, and I'm gonna jump into it, and I'm gonna just work with me. But I want to talk about how our black queens, like how they've been pushing this agenda on black people, like you know us being. I think black people are more sex symbols than a lot of races because majority of stuff of what we do they copy, but we're the most copycat race on the planet. So I mean, it doesn't matter what we do, honestly. But for our black sisters, like I seen a TikTok and it was like I don't know what else to do but to get famous on here, but here's my butt. And it's true. Like once you do that, like I can go to a black queen page and one who don't really do the most. I ain't gonna say the most, but don't do a lot of body shots or whatever. And she don't have that many views unless she's just like living that life consistently, and it takes a longer time unless you're like famous or you just have somebody who gonna put you in or something like that, or you got a connection, or you just whatever you do, but it's not overnight like regular people. But a regular woman who work at Crystals, who's thick as hell, will go to 100K in views if she show that she showed them cheeks super fast because the world is built on lust. And it's crazy. It is the most craziest thing that I have ever seen growing up. Like, I mean, we had BET Uncut that we had to sneak and watch, but that all this stuff that we're seeing on TV, Netflix, and all these things was not permitted. Excuse me. When we was growing up, that stuff was not permitted. But now we're in the loop where we're trapped in this vortex that's going us like over and over. We're stuck in this vortex of lust. Like this, we're living in a lustful time because it's a lot of women that feel like that is the right thing to do. Have you ever just looked on Instagram and Facebook and the one pose that's famous more than anything ever is the look back at it pose? Or the side thing pose, like women go to the side and they get that side shot and you see the whole cheeks. For some reason, it's 80% of black women, 80% of black women who's really doing these things. And they think it's okay. But I think going down the line of their mothers and their grandmas and going by like their mom and their grannies, like this is what I think. I think the generation, like my generation, we had kids at a young age. Like we had kids at 13, 14. Not saying our moms and didn't, but it was a different time. Like that was not acceptable. Like these tight pants wasn't acceptable. It was really more of my time. I'm 33. So I was born in 88. So it was my time where it was getting like kind of super duper out of control. Like it was, well, I ain't gonna say out of control because it's out of control now, but it was getting, you can tell where it was going. Like, dang, like, women wear capris and that was like knee knockers and that was like, and we thought that was like, dang, she got some capris on and that thing was tight. But now women are wearing yoga pants and that wasn't even, that you couldn't even wear yoga pants but to the gym, and you barely could wear that to the gym because dude will break their neck. But when a certain I don't know who did, I'm gonna have to do my research on who started wearing yoga pants first. But whoever started wearing yoga pants first, they really changed the game on everything. Like when I say women, like dudes, like, hey, yo, like, man, you see Shorty come out the dollar store thicker than gumbo, and a lot of times, and just follow me. She really don't be that thick, but because of those yoga pants, it can transform your body just like makeup can transform a woman's face. So we are being ensnared in this lustful time, and it goes all the way up to, like, I would say when I got older, where now it became a trend to wear like really tight clothes, like for females, like super tight clothes. Like you can wear a dress and see that, like, that monkey through the dress. Like back then it was like, if you wore that back then, like even in my time, it was like, man, she kind of raunchy or she a freak. Like we automatically knew if a woman wore something super tight to school, she freaking. Like that's what we thought. And now that is permitted and that is embedded in a lot of these kids, because my time opened the gates. But now it's like, as time went on from the next generation, it's worse. Like women are thinking that is the number one thing to do to attract a man. And you are right, because that will attract a man. But that is not what's going to get you a good man. Like, it's a difference. Like, you might meet a good man out of, oh man, she thick, whatever. But women know, like, it's an 80% chance that you're gonna meet a good dude showing those cheeks. Like, I don't care what you say. It's an 80% chance. You can take that chance, but I'm just saying it's an 80% chance that you will meet a man with those cheeks. I'm just saying. I challenge women honestly, like, if you really want to meet a good man, and you want to, like, really meet somebody for you, start talking about yourself. Like, stop taking shots of your body. Okay, I get it. Like, okay, I worked out. That's okay. You worked out. But everybody, we're grown. Like, let's just be honest. We know what we're doing. Like, you telling me you don't know what you're doing? You know you thick, or you know what you're trying to show for the attraction. But some people like attention too. I had to realize that. But we're living in a time where it's so permitted that it's not abnormal anymore. Like, it's not abnormal to do certain things. And we need to be, man, I stopped for a second because let me talk to the man real quick. Hey guys, let me say something. Because we allow this, and when I say that, it's like, we don't put our foot down and be like, I'm not talking to shorty, no girl like that. Like, nah. I'm not bringing that home to mama. Like, I'm not even finna talk to shorty. If we put our foot down as man, as black men, and be like, hey, man, dang, why you don't talk to me or whatever, for a female to do that, reach out to you. Sure, I'm gonna be honest, like, your pictures is a little bit too much. I'm just showing my body, and that's the problem. Like, you're showing too much body. Like, you thick. And if you wear these jeans, or you wear this, but I'm comfortable and I'm not judging. You can wear those. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many other things that is comfortable, so you can't give me that, But I just think that it's the time. And I don't think a lot of women, when they say that, I just don't think they want to be like, they don't want to be that not it girl, or that girl that's behind, or the one that ain't being hip, not wearing what every other woman wear. But it's the Carly B's and the Beyoncés, and it's the Megan Thee Stallions that's honestly being like, you ain't no hot girl if you ain't being a hot girl summer, if you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. But it's really dumb though. Like, you out here being hot for no reason, and you expect to meet a good man and you got some cheeks out. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, that's why your love affair ain't working, because if you look at your Facebook and you look at 70% of your pictures, you showing cheeks because back in the day, let's keep it real. We used to look, whoever was on MySpace back in the day, you didn't really see a lot of that. You seen women, you know, with the face shots, you know, they showing their outfit off. They ain't really showing those cheeks off like that. That wasn't really a big thing. I want just people to remember, especially people my age, that wasn't the thing. It was really like, oh, she got a nice outfit on. Oh man, she's smart, she funny. That was really, it was more about personalities back then. Like, dang, she's shorty cool. Like, I can talk to her. Like, we can really vibe. But now it's not about vibing. It's about, hey man, what's up? Because now women like, all dudes want to do is Netflix and chill. Man, that's what you putting out there. Back in the day, you wouldn't have had that problem. Back in the day, dudes wanted to go on dates. Of course, chivalry is dead. Look at what you putting out there. Of course it's dead because dude don't feel like, why should I take you out? You showing some cheeks, you slick a little freak. And even if you not, that's what you putting out there. So you have to watch what you putting out there. But that's the agenda that they pushing on us. And we not, and as men, we're not saying no. We're not controlling ourselves and saying no. But guess what though? A lot of dudes on the same type of stuff too. And you know what I'm saying? I had to look at myself because I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, I had to look at myself because I can be sitting there and I might take a shot. And I know that if I take a shot with my shirt off, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be totally honest with you, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know what that means. I know what that's gonna bring. Cause I'm not ignorant. Damn, man, I'm on how many views I'm gonna get off this, man. I got my shirt off. I know what's up. So I had to watch myself. Because man, we can do the same thing too now. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be held accountable for ourselves. It's not just for women, it's for men too. Like, you can't take a shot coming out the shower. You know what I'm saying? Glistening and all that. And that's why we're, oh, you doing thirst traps. But in my mind, you know, in dudes' mind, you do thirst traps every day. You do thirst traps every day, and then your biggest thing to say is the defense mechanism is, oh, it's my body. Okay, I feel the same way. It's my body too. Yeah, but you don't do it all the time. You don't do it every now and then. Like, you know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing, but you're doing it on a daily basis, and you think it's okay. But like, I heard a lot of women say, like, I done it before, and a woman be like, oh, you doing a thirst trap. And I'm like, bro, like, you do that all the time. Like, but because it's permitted, like, that's what people do. Like, we're normalizing sex. We're normalizing lust. And we wonder why our kids is the way we are. You have kids as 13, 14, busting it open. Busting it open, like, literally. Busting it open, like, I know y'all seen on Instagram where you see that kids twerking and stuff like that. You ain't doing nothing but teaching them how to be raunchy. That's it. You're teaching them how to be not queens, not young ladies. You teach them how to be young raunchy women. For real. You teach them how to be real raunchy, real like a slut type, a female. It's okay to have your fun. It's okay to do these certain things, but you have to present yourself as a queen. I admire a woman who don't show them cheeks all the time. I admire a woman who just be like, I just want to, like, they talk about their ambitions and goals, and they wear something nice, but they ain't trying to show their cheeks or something. They just wearing something. They might be sitting in a chair, you know what I'm saying, and have a nice suit on, or, you know what I'm saying, or have a nice outfit on. But you can't help what you look like. But at the same time, you know what you're putting out there, what you're projecting, you know, but it's not, you can't blame everybody's fault. It's television, a vision. The visions that they put in our head, we project it in our own selves, you know. So it's not just women's fault. It's society fault. It's what they pushing on us, and we allowing it. We need to be more aware of these things. Why are we not checking? Why are we not really like looking at the TV like, wait a minute, hold on, like, you know, I was watching this movie like The Players Club, and I was watching certain things, certain movies, they embedded in our mind to be the right thing. Look at these TV shows. Majority of them are, like, a majority of these TV shows, honestly, are like real vulgar, like super vulgar, more than I ever seen. more than I ever seen. I have never seen nothing like it. And sometimes it'll make, like, I have to watch with my kids. Like, even when you watch cartoons, look, my kids watch cartoons and it caught me off guard. They was talking about some sexual acts. You got the girl from the little Snow, I forgot. But it was a movie where they made the main character bisexual. No, they made her like girls. You know, they made the girl like girls. You know, had no problem with it. That's your prerogative. But as a child, though, as a child, let a child be a child. Like, why don't you put that in there? Like, you're not giving her much of a choice if you think about it, because she loved this person, so she's gonna mimic her because she loves her and she adores her and she wants to be like her. And as a kid, you're not really understanding fully what you're watching. So you're retaining this information in your mind and you projecting it. You're walking and you talking and you don't even know that you put that in your mind. Like, that Don't Look Up movie is the best movie I've ever seen, period, this year. That Don't Look Up movie is the best movie. If you ain't seen it, you need to go see it, because it's that deep. I think everybody needs to see it, because we are so judgmental. We are so thin-skinned. Like, we can't even say nothing to somebody without them feeling like we're trying to, like, are you judging me? Are you judging me? Nah, like, correction is the only thing that's gonna be close to perfection. You want to get closer to perfection? Accept correction. Look at yourself. It's easy to say what this person did, but look at yourself. Like, somebody say something about you, before you honestly jump on their backs, take a moment and think, like, wait, let me see. Like, am I doing these things? Because the one thing you can't say is you look in the mirror and say, it's my fault. You won't say that, because you have a lot of people have a problem with accepting their failures and accepting certain things in their life. We whine more than anything in the world. We don't like nobody saying nothing about us. This generation is the softest generation I have ever seen when it comes to talking, when it comes to trying to discipline yourself. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of young couples that want to be with one person, and I admire that. That's great. But this is the most messed up generation when it comes to just the projection of the future. I be scared for my own kids. I do. I be scared for my own kids, only because you have to look. Don't be blind. Let's come on, yo. Anybody my age, come on, man. Look what's going on. Are we not opening our eyes, or are we just gonna act stupid? Are we gonna be sedated because we want to pretend everything is okay so we can live our lives without feeling like there's nothing wrong? Because if we tell ourselves there's something wrong, then we have to be accountable for the things that we do. And we have to discipline ourselves, but we don't want to do that. So what we do is act like we don't see it and keep moving on. But what you're not realizing is, regardless if you accept that society is doing these things, it's going to affect you, because it's already affecting your family, your kids, and everything. Because you have kids who have more babies at a younger age. You have more kids who's doing more sexual things and want to be with other people and other genders. And they like 11 and 12 talking about these things. People like, well, they was born like that. Maybe so. But at the end of the day, you don't put that in a child's mind. Let a kid be a kid. Don't come. That was letting gay men and gay men and all these things and gay women go. Well, I would say gay men because I saw it. I saw it on the news, or I saw it on this YouTube where they was letting them go into schools and reading at the kids, and they ain't nothing but like 6 and 7 years old, man. 6 and 7 years old, they still a child. Like, regardless if you see it in them, let them still be a child. So, my man, they didn't know their sexuality. They probably can't even spell sexuality at their age, probably. So how can you teach somebody something that they not really fully aware? They probably be like, man, they probably think it's normal. But at the end of the day, Let them be a kid. The problem is kids are growing up too fast. The problem is we're not being aware. The problem is that we're as parents, as grown adults, as that we are not taking accountability. We are not taking accountability of anything. That's why we're going to fail. That's why we are doomed. Okay? We are doomed because we will not accept that the things that we see and what we're doing is wrong. We think everything we're doing is right. And if somebody try to correct us, we get upset and act like a child and throw a tantrum instead of being an adult and want to talk about it and want to see, dang, is it me? We don't want to do that. So I know that you still have time to change yourself. This is the time. Because we're running out of time. Whether you want to admit it or not, we're running out of time. If you look at what's going on with these tsunamis, you look at what's going on with all these other things in life, it's too much going on for you not to want to change. Do you know the most saddest thing about social media? The most saddest thing about social media is people are really calling for help. A lot of these people need therapists. A lot of these people need God. A lot of these people need somebody to talk to. Man, it'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning and be like, is anybody up? Because they lonely. People don't like being lonely. And that's probably why a lot of women and a lot of men beg for attention. That's probably why a lot of women do a lot of things when it comes to wearing certain things to get that attention, because they don't want to be alone at night, because they're not used to being alone. They think being alone is the worst thing ever, but the worst thing ever is a man playing with your soul and you playing with your own soul. That's the worst thing ever. But you're not going to realize that because you don't like being by yourself. But being by yourself makes you stronger. It makes you realize your worth. It makes you realize what's the best thing in life. It makes you realize I can't be great unless I take time to look at me and know who I am to be a greater person for the person I really want in the future. I can't do that. So until you change these pictures, women, man, until we put our foot down and say, we're not going for like, or nah, I don't like that. And not just do it and scroll and like these pictures. I'm talking about really, man, we got to stop this. Because if we don't like it, they'll eventually stop doing it. Eventually. Man, we don't like this stuff. But we have to act like kings as well. Because we definitely ain't acting like that. A lot of us is whining, don't want to work, don't want to do a lot of things. You know, I'm not perfect, man. I'm not telling you like I do all the right things. Because I have a lot of things I'm working on as a man. You will always work on yourself till the day you die. But one thing you can't do is lie to yourself. So don't lie to yourself. Give yourself a chance to be a better person, a better individual. Love yourself, man. Please. Look at yourself. Look at what you're doing. Look at society. Look at, you can't find love trying to sell sex. You can't, women. You won't find love. You know what you're going to find? What you're projecting. Man, we got to be more accountable. We have to act like kings and stop acting like little hornballs. Control our private parts. Say no. Teach our queens. Love them. You can be friends with a girl and don't have sex with her. What's wrong with you? People like, oh, you can't do that. The reason that people say you can't do it because people look at the world right now. Even if you had a homegirl who was cool, she 9 out of 10 busting it open. So you can be like, damn, homegirl, look at that. Or you just can't control yourself. We have to teach our queens how to be queens, like the queens need to teach us how it feels to have a queen. Show us what a queen is, and man, show women what a king is. Because we both ain't doing that. We ain't even teaching our kids to realize the real of what a king and a queen means. We teaching them how to be young thugs and how to be young sluts. And this is the truth about it. If I'm lying, go on YouTube, go on Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, go on Twitter. They busting it over on Twitter. Oh, man, look, I just joined Twitter maybe a week ago, and I'm like, dang, they busting it open. I'm thinking it's all tweets and stuff. They busting it open too. And it made me realize, like, either people want attention or people just, people want attention. I don't care what you say. People want attention and they want people to see them, because if that was the case, they wouldn't do it. It's just crazy the world we live in, man. This is part one, man. This is part one of this. I'm gonna call this lustful images, man. Because that's all it really is, lustful images on both ends. But more for females, like, and I'm not saying that you can't show your body out, but you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, man. Come on, man. You grown, you know. You wear those pants knowing, oh, my butt finna be big in this. If you know that, who you doing it for? Myself? You can't look at yourself all day. You can't look at yourself. You cannot look at yourself all day. You gotta work. You gotta move around. You did it because you know when you step out that car, that man gonna be like, oh man, shorty did. Cause you want some attention. Because if it wasn't about attention, you wear something comfortable. And let that man like you for you instead of what you look like. Come on, man. When we gonna stop being accountable? When are we gonna start being accountable for what we do? When? Man, listen, we don't got that much time. Man, listen. A wise man is gonna think about death, knowing that the end is near, but knowing that I gotta do the right things. Death isn't a bad thing. And thinking about death isn't bad. It's when you let it drive you crazy. Yeah, you can. But death don't drive me crazy. It just made me realize that I gotta do more right things before it's my time. You gotta think the same way. People are scared to talk about that. People are scared to dive in. Oh man, you ain't gonna talk about all that. Man, bro, you getting old. Like, every day, something dies on us. A piece of hair fall off. Like, we're dying, like, every day. But what are you gonna do with the time that you have? Like, are you gonna make a mark? Are you gonna be different? Are you gonna do the same thing everybody else do? Procrastinate your whole life about being better and be like everybody else and do what they do? Or are you gonna lead something and help somebody do something that means something? Stop being selfish. And you can be around your people and be selfish only with your family, like, but you can help people who ain't your family. You can help so many other people. Your mission is to help everybody as much as you can. You can't save everybody, but you can try. And I'm trying. I don't know everything. Still learning. But I know what I see. And with that, the journey ends. I appreciate y'all for listening. We'll be back again. Hope y'all enjoyed this segment. Sorry for the yawning and all that. I'm tired. But I had to say this. I had to put this out because it's getting under my skin. It really is getting under my skin. And I just think that if we want to be better people, we have to be accountable for what we do. Stop thinking nothing is wrong when you feel it in your soul. You know it. Don't let television, don't let Instagram blind you. It's okay to be alone. It's okay. It's not going to kill you, I promise you. But what it will do, and this is the scariest thing, more than death than people, it'll make you take time to look at yourself and saying what the things that you're doing wrong. Because when you're around people, people will say, ain't nothing wrong with you, and pat you on the back. Then you want somebody to be your cheerleader. For real. But with that, I leave as I came with plenty of love. Thank you guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. But this is your path on the journey. Thank you.